All right. Y'all know how this got the last time. So let's just get into it real quick. So the Jane Doe, she's on the stand today, right? And baby, she can't hold it together. Ms. Mamas can't hold it together. She's on the stage breaking down crying every 10 to 15 seconds. She cannot hold it together. They keep asking her, hey, do you need more time? Do we need more time to pull it together for you? Are you okay? What I'm thinking in this situation is she really actually loved Diddy. She was looking for a relationship. She was looking for somebody to be with her. She was looking for somebody to date her. She was looking to be a wife. She was looking to be a girlfriend. She was looking for a partnership. She was looking for a relationship. She was not about to get that out of him. And I don't think that these girls realize that that's not what they like. She didn't give that off. She gave off, I'm going to be I'm going to be a freak off girl. I'm going to be a hotel girl. That was her vibe that she gave. But these girls get upset when Diddy doesn't treat them like a wife or a homemaker. But child, let's get into it, okay? We're gonna get into the beginning of our notes, just the first part of our notes, because girl, and we're gonna get back to it a little bit later. So, baby, they played us some audio today. Apparently, she had 3 niggas in one day. Let's get to it. We're on a quick break right now. Hold on. So they asked her, listen, how many trips to Vegas did you take with Diddy? And how would you get there? She said that we took about, 1 trip to Vegas in 2023 on a private jet. Diddy wanted a hotel stay, a hotel night. She mentioned, they said, what is that term, going off the grid? So, off the grid, remember, Diddy used to do the off the grid with Young Miami. That's part of the thing, we going off the grid. She said off the grid is pretty much, it's a carefree time. It's a carefree time, we off the grid, we getting full. But off the grid also means it's no sleep off the grid. He always used to say, you go off the grid with me, there is no sleep. So we know they wasn't getting no sleep, and we know anybody he's going off the grid with, they getting high. Off the grid came out today. The next part was, they said he would just hit her up and say, I need my freak. I need my freak. And my thing is, girl, you didn't know then that you were just his freak. This is the problem. These girls wanted more than what they were. You weren't going to be a Kim Porter. You weren't going to be the wife. You weren't going to be the baby mama. You were the freak. You were the freak off. So they said, well, what does that mean for you to be his freak? And it was like he wanted his freaky. He wanted me to be wild and sexual and just be a freak. So one night they had a hotel night. At the hotel night, he would require no condoms at the hotel nights. She asked Diddy for condoms, but he didn't want to give her or provide her with condoms. So inevitably, they didn't use no condoms. They said the first time without a condom was in Miami. The reason why they wouldn't use the condoms, when she would want to use the condoms, he would guilt trip her into wanting to protect herself. Cause he would say, I don't want to see no rubber on that dick. So you didn't want to see the rubber on the dick. So to me that sounds like, see, here's my thing. It's like, are you wanting to see the man? Cause you didn't want to see the rubber on the dick. So you want to see the full rod going inside her. So while she was getting, he didn't want to see no condom on it. They would have these conversations when she was high, but they would also have these conversations when she was sober. And Diddy would try to make her feel bad about wanting to use a condom. So there was a recording. We got to hear the recording. I'm gonna be honest with you, I couldn't really hear much because it was kind of like foggy, cloudy. But in the recording, Diddy asked her what she's looking for, and she said she's looking for a condom. And I guess the condom was in the couch. And she said, Diddy said, what are you looking for? She said, a condom. He said, you were just taking this dick. Oh, shoot, I shouldn't have said that word on here. You were just taking this D. If you don't start touching yourself right now, girl, like, move on. You was just taking that D. You better start playing with yourself. If you don't start patting that motherfucker right now and start choking on that, that's the audio they played in the courthouse. Told the girl, you was just taking all that, black. Now, if you don't start DJing that cat, bitch, what are you doing? You wasting time. And she, they asked her when you know, not using the condom. She, I mean, she can't stay out. She can't stop crying. So, who recorded was Diddy. So Diddy would record all of the sexcapades. So he had the recording going. It was a video recording, but they didn't play the video for us. They just played the audio. But Diddy would play the recording. I mean, not play the recording. He would be the one recording it. And she said she had to ask permission to have sex with a condom. And they said, well, why would you have to ask permission to have sex with a condom if it's your body? You have to ask permission to have with a condom with your body? And she broke down in tears and she said, yes, she had to ask permission because she wanted to make her partner happy. So this goes into that whole, my partner, I'm in a relationship. But she didn't realize that she wasn't in no relationship like she thought she was. And she didn't want to disappoint Diddy. She didn't want to make him unhappy because if she made him unhappy, then he would have an attitude. It would ruin the whole night. It would just be, you know, when people get an attitude, they have a problem. It just kills the whole vibe. She didn't want that to happen. Okay? Now, they asked her after a round of having blank, what would happen after the man finishes. They asked that again. And she said that the man would finish on top of her and Diddy would come and then play inside her with the sloppy seconds. Okay? And then after that, after Diddy would come and hit the sloppy seconds, they would play with the finishings. They wouldn't clean, like, so he would play with they would play in the man's sloppy seconds. And I'm over here looking like, girl. So they was playing with the sloppy seconds, if you know what I mean. Sometimes it'd be one round with one guy. Sometimes it'd be 2 rounds with one guy. Sometimes it'd be three rounds. This could go from 12 hours to 30 hours. They asked her, what would you do when you were feeling tired? How would you handle this situation? Like, how would you get over this? She said she would play like she was crying she said, I would, you know, I would stop and make faces, or she, she just start crying. Then she said she would act like she was hungry, like she just had to go eat, or, you know, things like that. So she would act like she was hungry. She would make faces, but she knew that she didn't want to do it anymore. And Diddy would say, girl, you're not tired. Finish strong. Finish strong. Come on, champ. Get back up and get back out there. We've got finishings to dibble and dabble and play with. It's time for the sloppy seconds. And then she got in the shower and she would just be crying. And Diddy would say, now why are you crying? You can't be sitting there crying like this. I'm too hot for this. One time she wouldn't play in the sloppy second. He played in the sloppy seconds and the finishings, and she got so disgusted because she did 3 rounds with this guy, and Diddy told her, I gotta leave in the morning. Now that's important because what ends up happening here is Diddy gets these women so high, they go round for round for round for round, they dibble and dabble in sloppy seconds and finishings, and then Diddy will get on a jet to the next city. They think they're supposed to be in a relationship with this man. All the while, this is just a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and he's there off the grid with his freak. And I know we talking about her, but I can't help but think, where Young Miami fit in this? And I think Young Miami, in my mind, she was okay being the freak and didn't care about being the girlfriend. The problem with these other girls is they led with being the freak, but they wanted to be the wife. And he wasn't trying to wipe none of them up. So I just think that it's interesting. So that's that on that, guys. We just did a quick little 10-15 minute. I want to try it out here. We might do another one at lunch, but we're definitely still doing a big show tonight. So if you missed this one, we're going to go back through all the notes today. So yeah, just a quick little update. I know I look crazy as hell right now. Usually my hair is crazy, but we needed to redo this from the next day. So I will see you guys over maybe a little bit later, but for sure we're doing a show tonight. So, all right, bye.